Man, I love that opening song to World Trigger. I swear to you, I have listened to that over and over again. Every time I watch this series, I'm not joking, I play the opening song once again before I continue on with the episode. That opening song, oh, it is catchy. It's probably one of my favorite opening songs from this anime season. Just the catchiness of it. Like, changing the new world. I mean, I love it. So anyways, this episode of World Trigger. Personally, a really good episode, and it actually gave us a lot of information, and it set up a lot of things. Now, one thing I want to talk about is that character at the end of this episode, Kitora, I think that's her name. Well, I want to say this right now. I hate characters like that. I hate stuck-up characters that think they should follow the rules over saving someone's life. That's exactly what this girl, Kitora, thinks at the end of this episode. Like, oh, he violated the rules. We need to punish this C-rank officer since he's a trainee border agent. We need to punish him. Even though we know Osamu did not, technically save everybody, and technically he did not kill any of those neighbors. Still, the point of the matter is that he still technically saved lives. He held back those Trion soldiers for they couldn't kill his classmates, and he's getting punished for it. I call massive bullshit on that. I do. Pretty much what that girl's saying is that he should have just waited in the sidelines and let his friends get destroyed, killed, and ate, or whatever, these Trion soldiers do. Kill these people, and he just watches his friends die. That's pretty much what that girl's saying. And I'm like, no. He did the freaking good guy thing like a hero would do. So personally, he better not get punished for that, or I will be freaking pissed. I will. Because that girl just... Sometimes you gotta break rules. You have to break rules to save lives. And that right there was the time when a rule had to be broken. Because they took about 5 minutes. They had to take 5 minutes to get there, which in turn could have had like 100 to 50 people die in that time span. So, personally, Osamu did the correct thing. And I personally want to talk about something else that was brought up in this episode. So the overall powers kind of get a little bit of a explanation in this episode, like Trion levels. Now, these Trion levels are supposedly inside every person, as I can understand from this episode, and you have this invisible Trion gland next to your heart. Like, humans have this gland, like, right next to their heart, and depending on who you are, depending on what race you are, for instance, a neighbor or human, your trigger will, fluctuate. You'll have a different, aspect or a different trigger transformation. And so with this episode, we get to find out a little bit more about these Trion levels. Even though they get fully explained, I'm starting to understand the grasp of it, and it explains why, Osamu's trigger was technically kind of bad compared to Kuga. Now, Kuga, I want to say right now, he is an amazing character. He is a badass. I love his face. I love his, little derpy facial expression he does when he's lying or he's just having fun. That face is amazing, and I'm really enjoying that about this series. Now, of course, the animation, for the most part, it's still the same animation we had from the first episode. The animation shows a little bit of those issues, but, I mean, for the most part, it was a good episode if you look past the animation. Now, the music, I like the music, and I love the vibe and feel the music gives off in this episode, especially with the fights. And personally, this really seems like a good series. It looks like it's turning out to be a very good series, judging by how this episode is, judging by how it's building up. I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what is going to happen next. And most likely, Osamu's going to get punished, or he's going to be taken to the border agency castle or whatever, and he's probably going to be asked, what exactly happened, and maybe Kuga might be revealed to be a neighbor. We might find out more information on that. Now, the thing is, though, with this episode, I was actually scared when I saw Osamu get his arm chopped off. I was like, oh my god, did he just lose his arm? That's exactly what I thought. I was like, holy crap, he just lost his arm. And when he got stabbed, we found out that when you activate your trigger, you get turned into a combat body. Your body turns into this combat form, and, you can't take physical damage. For instance, your Trion is your new body. It's really weird. I didn't understand the full concept of it. Probably take a while until I understand that completely. But still, the point of it is that at the very least, we now know they have some form of shield when they're in trigger. They don't die instantly. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. How did you feel about this episode of World Trigger? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite moments about it? And how do you personally feel about these Trion levels? And what do you feel about Kuga just kicking some ass this episode? I mean, how do you feel about that? And how do you feel about Kitora being stuck up? Also, let me know in the comments below. Love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.